thing is with YouTube these days, they don't give you a preview. They don't really give you a preview of how your setup is. So I'm like, hello everyone, out of like shot type of thing. And my what's going on with my camera these days? Nicholas the Great, Steve Jeffrey, and we had Sergio as well saying hello. Oh, that'll do, won't it? Look all sparkly today. 50 people in at the Stone Crow virtual pub. Thank you all so very much for joining. If you can hit that like button, get more of you in, that would be wonderful. I have my last bottle of Birra Moretti Cristal or Sale di Mare unfiltered salty lager. Evening, Simon, Son of Crows, Jonathan Watson, AD, Sam Brunel, Mr. Thompson. Let's have a go then. Let's have a bit of a drink. Hazy Hayes, it is. Hazy Hayes, Big Kev, Kevin Parton. Hello to all of you. So tonight's beers. Drinking this last lager we have. Lee, Postlewaite, Chris, Al Humphreys. How are you doing, Al Humphreys? Shark and Al Humphreys again. Hello, Big Kev. I got my last one of these to drink tonight. I got my last one of these to drink from last week because I bought 6. I think I drank 5 bottles last week, didn't I? One left of those, and then I got some like. I got a Camden Stout in the fridge. You know, every now and again you have one of them nights, don't you, where you're like, I got a load of bits and pieces that I'm going to get shot of. It's one of those nights tonight. I got a Mags Mild. I got a Good Old Boy, and that'll probably be it. If I drink 5 or 6 beers, I'll be... Oh, look at this. We got a £10 super chat from Runs with Wind. Thank you very much, Runs with Wind. Really appreciate that £10 super chat. You guys are absolutely fantastic. Connor Jackson, hi Simon, I'm on the Steinhauser, fantastic. Dan Castledine, happy St David's Day. Oh yes, I've forgotten all about that. Hello from Barrow on Furnace. David, hello. Sam, down the straggler bit, exactly. Brian, hi Simon, on the 3 months beer to Flanders, 8.5% ABV, fantastic. And Roy Bruling is on the Moselat tonight. Cheers, Roy. Hello from Megan. Will, how you doing? Ooh. Oh, that's indigestion-y. Ooh, I reviewed a baked bean pizza with sausage on it from Heinz. And I've been indigestion-y ever since. I had it about 3 o'clock this afternoon. Hello, Simon. Hope you're well. Rob from Sheffield. Hello, Rob. Oi, oi, from deep, dark depths of Cumbria. Brad. Cheers, Michael and Hazy Hayes. Vocation Toucan for me tonight. My favourite supermarket craft beer. Enjoy. Andreas FA. Evening all. So, yes. Ryan's off to Lidl. Any beer recommendations? Looking at getting there about 10 of them. I think they got some of the cans of ice beer in the German speciality thing that they do. Might get some of them. Michael Price, hi Simon, on the 3 tons tonight. Michael Price, the 3 tons. Have I released that video yet? Because I reviewed one of those on Wednesday. Big Kev, his sleeves are rolled up tonight. £2 super chat from Big Kev. Thank you very much, Big Kev. Much appreciated for the super chat. On a combination of Gosser Lager, Torp and Rose Prosecco. Oh, I might have some news as well. Al Humphreys, vodka martini, stirred, not shaken. I'm feeling naughty in my old age. Good, Al, well done. Chris Cole, ice cold Liffey Water tonight. Bill Bock, hello all, thanks for another Stone Crow. Thank you. Yes, so thank you very much to the 2 super chats we've had already. That is absolutely fantastic too. Can we do 100 likes at the Stone Crow Virtual Pub? There's a like button down below. We got 41 likes at the moment. Hit the like button down below. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes tonight at the Stone Crow Virtual Pub. Rachel is with Sergio and our 4-month-old. Well done. Enjoy. Little have their fast beer at the moment. They do really. I seen it today. Evening all. Cheers. Had a good week, everyone. Matt Williams, yes. Rob, the Perlander Lager beer is amazing. Perlenbacher is still knocking around our local Lidl. Have you done a video, Simon? It's amazing. Rob, if you want to ever see any video that I've ever produced on YouTube, search for the beer in question and then put in real ale, and you'll see in the search, the YouTube search, you will see if I've reviewed the beer or not. $150 people watching, 59 likes. We got 40 more likes. Hit the like button down below. 40 more likes. 39 more likes for 100 likes. Come on, we got 150 people watching. We just had hail on the roof. It's cold, it's horrible. I think tonight we could have a really good night at the Stone Crow Virtual Pub. You've got to hit that like button. We've got to get them people through the door. The more people we can get through the door of the Stone Crow Virtual Pub, the better it'll be, because we'll be talking and having a laugh all night. But the only way to really tell people that we're live and we're doing a great live stream is by hitting that like button down below. There's a like button down here. There we go, 77 likes, 23 more likes to go. Top Shelf, got to see Oliver Anthony concert at Strawberry Festival. Well done. How's your week been, Simon? How are you doing lately? Chris Cole? In honesty, I've been struggling with the weather. And I never ever want a live stream, or I never ever want to impact my slight negativity on the weather to you guys, because it's not my place to stand here and do that. But if I'm being completely honest, I've been a bit like, oh, it's raining again. Next day, oh, it's raining again. It's just been like, just graining on me a little bit. Like I can't wait for spring. I can't wait for spring to get back on the job. Like I want to finish waited all winter because of the amount of rain we've had, and I've not been able to, and of course the expense of Christmas and everything else has been like, it's been like a roller coaster of like lots and lots of things. You know, when you've got something in your sights, you want to do something and you can't because of things like Christmas. It's a very expensive time of year, and so your plans go on the back burner, and then the rain kicks things off, and you're like, man, I'm like it's already 80 degrees. Oh, yeah. See, I'd love that. Crack on, innit? Crack on. So, I have a plan. Sergio Martin with a £1.99 super chat. Can you wish Rachel happy birthday for Monday? Rachel, happy birthday Monday. I hope you have a lovely time, and I hope you have a couple of cheeky weekday beers or whatever you choose to drink, some wine or some Prosecco. Happy birthday for Monday. Thanks, Sergio, for the super chat. The weather's been absolute right here in South London too, Simon. So over. Oh, just like. Oh. Been the worst winter ever. Loads of kids' football games being rained off. It gets on your nerves, alright. First day of spring today, though, mucker. So gonna, hopefully, Chris Cole. Hopefully, we're in one of those. Is it El Nino? Is it an El Nino, like where the sun's warmer? possibility of like a really hot summer. Ryan McKenzie moved to a new house recently, spent all day jet washing the driveway, backs in bits. I've earned this beer, or 28. Ryan McKenzie, enjoy mate, enjoy. 6 degrees, down here, Simon. No, I know. We just had some hail on the roof. Hey Simon, I'm in my pub, been grafting to get it to stand a grand opening next Saturday. Excited to say the least. Mickey Friars, I wish you the very best in getting your pub up and running. We got 94 likes in our pub. Can we get 100 likes? 6 more likes, 5 more likes to go. 5 more likes to go. S.A. Brian, on it, mate. I'm on it. No Morrison's, no mango, no. It really is a good beer. I actually reviewed it today. Video is coming out soon. Sat through 2 30-second ads to cheer you up. Hey, Jack Bandit, thank you very much. We got 100 likes as well. Thank you very much. 100 likes to the Stone Crow Virtual Pub. And you've watched 2 adverts. I really do appreciate you guys watching the adverts to come on. It just helps us a little bit, you know. We run it in like a way of, I don't really want to email a million people during the day and ring them, phone people and chat and whatever. I'd much rather run my business where I make a video and I'm relying on YouTube to... You want to see what my wife's, Mal's doing in the background? She's like, oh. Peeing down in Newcastle, 4 degrees. Chris Cole, £5 super chat. Here's to some sunshine. Chris Cole, I hope so. I hope you're right, mate. I'm really over this winter. I'm really almost desperate for it to warm up a bit now and be dry. Been raining down by my family in Sussex non-stop, but here at uni in Egham, there's been none. Really weird. Just funny, isn't it? Mickey Fry is asking what beer I'm on. I'm on a Moretti Cristalli. I say Cristalli to say it's not. It's Sail the Mare. A salt beer. Did I miss a super chat? No. Here's the some sunshine. Thank you very much, Chris Cole, for the £5 super chat. Really appreciate it. Always watch the ads to help. Thank you very much. Hello, Mel. Hope you're well. She's okay. She's having a glass of wine tonight. I want the summer to come back. It won't be long, Reese. It won't be long. Graham Mack, way too hot here in Mexico. Chippy T's in. I'm on a Peroni in Napoli. Oh, are you? I was there last week. Fantastic. What a place that is, Napoli. Amazing. Simon Hibber, happy Friday. I just opened a 2 Tribe camp. Well, tasty. Oh, yeah, I know. Campfire. Yeah, good beer, that. Good beer, Simon. Shay Gan, I love the cold, especially drinking some cold brews. Strong brews out in the cold. But I miss the warm so I can drink with friends, family outside. Yeah. Absolutely. So my plan for next winter, I do have a plan in place. I'm going to try and be weatherproof by next winter. Out there. That's my plan for the year. Weatherproof. Get all the kind of drains working properly. Draining all the water away. Yeah, that's my big. That's my priority now. The amount of rain we've had. So I did some concrete in, put a concrete floor in, and you know, you never know, do you? I done it in the summer. It rained, and it's just a little swimming pool, like out there. But it prohibits you from doing anything because we're in the ground anyway. By the time the sun comes up here in March a little bit, it just, yeah. A little bit of work needed. I'm going to put some tiles down, I think. I'm going to actually make sure the tiles slope towards the drains that I fitted, so we can have some proper drainage. And being tiles, they'll evaporate the water really quickly, won't they? So the moment it dries, in theory, the tiles shouldn't be too far away from drying either. Tommy Gabriel. Hello, Tommy. How you doing, mate? Cumbria, right on the west. Reese is having a fry up. Good. I'll be having one in the morning. Any beer recommendations for Napoli? I drank a Napoli football beer while I was there. That was good. Unfiltered lager. Can't remember what it was. I think it was Birrificio Italiano. I think that was a brewery. Sergio's having a Warsteiner tonight. This one tastes great, but the last one didn't. But the one last week didn't. It's funny, isn't it? I've had that with Warsteiner. I've had that where one Warsteiner, all right, bit musty. That's what I find. If it's a bad Warsteiner, bit musty. Good Warsteiner, fantastic. Oh, we got a super chat. Miracles and Moonbeams. Sorry, Miracles and Moonbeams. Have you had a chance to try Wye Valley Stout? Now, I don't think I have, but I will be. It sounds fantastic. Thanks for the £2 super chat. Robert, Simon, my man, glad to be seeing the live streams again. Al Humphreys, £9 a buy here too. And says Brad, Al. We got 221 people into the Stone Crow virtual pub and 121 likes. Matthew says, Stone the Crows, back for another pub visit. Hope you're all well. Simon and everyone, cheers. Jack McGrath, hey again, Simon. Hope you're doing well. Jeffrey, swimming pool, nice for summer. Oh, it's just, yeah. It's so dry in the summer. It's so dry, you know, you're just brushing dust. But in the winter, it's just a bit wet. Big Kev says, how much is a standard fish supper in your local, folks? Mine is £9.50. I never really kind of checked that out, to be honest. I'm more of a sausage and batter. Sausage and batter, bag of chips, carton of curry sauce. That's my usual chip shop order. I'm not really a fish and chips man, to be honest. But £9.50. Whoa, everything's so expensive, isn't it? Marcus Gardner, £1.99 super chat. Thank you very much, Marcus. Really appreciate it. Maybe they brewed a dodgy, but maybe. Marcus drinking a local stout made in Nailsworth near Stroud. Sounds good. We had one miracle. I'd be down in Worcester soon. Enough is in the Arch Rivals and the Plough, so we'll sample it. Sounds good. I'll have to try their stout, Miracles. Calvin Dixon, evening sight. Only watched the F1 quali. Cheers, man, mate. Only just watched it. Yeah, it's going to be a tight year, isn't it? I think it's going to be quite tight. For the fans, it's going to be very unpredictable. Which is what we want, isn't it? We want a bit of excitement. There are some good pubs that don't charge you £1 million. Down here, Brad, but most want all the money for the pint. Simon, it takes me about 4 beers to get warmed up. So technically my fourth is my first. Well, that's what I'm sticking to, lol. Ryan McKenzie. Oh, I get going after one bottle, I do. I get going after that, you know. Drinking a local stout made in Nailsworth near Stroud, as Marcus. And we're talking fish suppers again. £8.40 for the fish supper. Denbo, evening sight, and Filthy Goblin says, gosh. Lee Griffin. Francis Garner Keller beer, loaded in the perfect draft. Very nice beer. Linzer beer on the blade. Got to say, the Linzer is cracking. It is very good. Love the virtual pub. Not so sad drinking on my own in the garden pub. Well, no, exactly, Lee Griffin. Exactly. You got your beers. You got people into the Stone Crow virtual pub, all chatting, all having fun. Nothing to be sad about. Good times. And speaking of fish and chips, today is also Fish Friday. It is, Jack. Just having a couple of bottles of the Steinhauser from Aldi based on your recommendation. My God, what a lager for the money. Filthy Goblin is pretty good, isn't it? It's pretty good. I just hope like it stays our little secret. Like, you know, the people who watch the channel, I hope it stays our secret and it doesn't become like mass, mega, because it'll change. It'll change, won't it? £9.50 for fish and chips here in Liverpool, but you only get a tray of chips with that, not a full portion. Likewise, battered sausage and chips used to have in Fairford, Gloucester in the 1980s. Simon Hibbert. I still have it now. I probably shouldn't do. My ears ringing. Slow down. I need to eat healthier. Me and my wife, Mel, we're going to try and cut the crisps out. That's half our battle. 9 o'clock. We've been eating crisps at 9 o'clock at night for so long that it kind of hits 9 o'clock and we've almost trained our stomachs to be hungry at 9 o'clock. It's such a difficult thing to break out of. But we are trying. I suppose you've got to start with don't buy them, isn't it? Don't buy the crisps. Kenny Joe 7 ASA $10 super chat. Just woke up from a nap. Cheers, mate. Kenny Joe. Glad you can join us, mate. Thanks for the $10 super chat. Really appreciate it. I'm sorry if I miss any comments here. I try to get as many as I can. There's just so many that comes through. If you've written a big long comment and I haven't read it, copy and paste that big long comment and just paste it in again. And I will read it eventually. Al Humphreys. I'm currently conducting an experiment. I've gone low carb, but the beer sabotages it. So I'm giving some cocktails a go to see if it makes a difference. Well, you just drink and be happy, innit? You don't have to drink beer. A cocktail, vodka and lemonade, my sister drinks. What is a Keller beer exactly? Ooh, Parameta. Getting all technical now on a Friday night. It's a stored beer. Keller means cellar, so it's a beer that's been stored for a few months. That's the meat and gravy of it. There's more detail to it, but Keller, cellar, store, kind of that sort of thing, you know? I remember a few years back when the Melton Mowbray Brewery made their own stout as a limited run, and people liked it so much they made it a permanent feature. I do love a stout myself. I really do. Stunning lager. It is, it really is good money, and it's cheap as well, isn't it? Question: what is the best beer to drink on a leap year? Matthew. Oh, I don't. Is it leap? It was leap year yesterday, wasn't it? I don't know. Maybe Steinhauser. Steinhauser is awesome, but honestly, Kronbach is my favourite of that style. Kronbach is brilliant, absolutely brilliant beer. And Connor Jackson's a fellow Steinhauser drinker. Steinhauser is available in Aldi. They're little 10-pack bottles, and they're brilliant. Just arrived in Cape Verde, so all-inclusive Stone the Crow tonight. David Walton, you enjoy Cape Verde, and while you're watching the Stone Crow virtual pub, while you're in, do you want to swap? Do you want to come here to this conservatory in Wales, and I'll go to Cape Verde? Right, loads and loads of comments. I have missed some comments. 2 beers, Denbo, Fast Beers in Lidl, just grazing now. Sorry, there's loads of comments. Al Humphreys, ever tried a ranch water with Topo Chico and tequila and lime? No. Pretty low carb and some mouthfeel, same mouthfeel as a beer. Slippers Are On says, I'm going to get my beer. Hi Simon, a beer tasting Francis Can alongside Rheinbacher. It's surprising how the Rheinbacher is holding up to the mighty Francis Canner. It's cheap as well, isn't it? It's cheap, Rheinbacher. It's exactly what I got now in a minute. That's a very well saying, isn't it? I'm going to be having that now in a minute. Lee Griffin with a £4.99 super chat says, cheers, have a drink on me. You guys have been fantastically generous tonight. Wonderfully generous tonight. I'd just like to thank you all so wonderfully, brilliantly for being so fantastically generous. Brilliant. Can't thank you enough. Paul Goggin. Hi, Science Chat. Don't want to start on a negative, but Steinhauser in Ireland tastes like a fish supper. Oh, you don't like it? Well, I mean, it's not for everyone, is it? No one beer is for everyone. We all have our different tastes and choices, and that's why I think people drink different beers. And there's so many different varieties of beers. Jonathan Watson on the Budweiser Budvar, waiting on my Brew York subscription, dispatched today. I have got some news. I've had some phone calls this week. I've spoken to some rather large breweries this week. And what I mean rather large, I don't mean like your Fosters and your Carlins. Some rather large craft brewers. Spent an hour on the phone to one brewery that wanted to chat to me about a beer review that I made last week. No guessing which one. And then the next day I had an opportunity come through from another brewery. Now, I can't really say, I'm like desperate to tell you guys, but it's not yet quite confirmed. And I don't know if the beer has been released to the general public yet, but it's very exciting. It's very, very exciting. If this comes off, I should have an exclusive on a keg of something and maybe a new machine. And you guys know me, I don't go chasing. People generally ring me up these days and be very kind, and I got some amazing friends. I got some fantastic friends in the brewing industry. Some of them from big breweries. Some like really good, like honest, like salt of the earth people, and that's the brewing industry for you. Their breweries are worth like lots of. A Beowulf been in touch. No, I think I burnt that one. I definitely burnt that bridge. Is that the one that's at the roundabout by Lee? Well, oh, talking to Big Kev, I was thinking, what roundabout? Brad is saying, what is everybody having to eat tonight? Well, me and the wife have devoured we've drunk and devoured not drunk, eaten the scampi fries and the bacon frazzles. They're all gone now. Sadly, because 9 o'clock I normally get a bit hungry. We got another super chat. Now, where's this from, everybody? Can somebody help me? Which currency is HUF? I've just been given 2,000 HUF. Can anybody help me with the currency on HUF? Been watching your videos during the weekends while having some beers. Been enjoying your content, so here's a bit of thank you. Cheers. Thank you very much, Shy Can, for the super chat. Fantastic. Thank you so very much. Just need some people now to help me out and tell me what is HUF. Maybe it's francs. But that would be euros though, wouldn't it? Brewdog lost lager, regret it, not good. That's the same, Twisted. Just smashed and Jalfrezi, didn't touch a size. Chris Cole, enjoy. Oh god, itchy nose. Need some pork scratchings on the bar. I am going to buy one of those racks of things. Well, Brewdog asking how to get rid of the twang. It's Hungarian. You filthy, you brilliant person. Hungarian francs. So I was kind of right a little bit, wasn't I, with the francs? Hungarian francs. Thank you very much. Hungarian money then. Thank you so very much for the kind super chat coming our way. Is John Smith's ale any better from tap over the can? James Silgram. See now, I don't really rate the beer at all anymore, James, and I do apologise if you're a big fan of it. The last thing I want to do is burst your John Smith's bubble, but you know, it's a case of they use colourings and stuff in that beer now. It's not like malts, and it's one of those headache beers, I call them. I can't touch it. I get terrible headaches off cheaply made beer. Sounds terrible, doesn't it? Many pubs were closed down to situation in 2019. Scotch egg. I had a shot of Reaper run last Saturday. My mouth felt like a blow lamp. It will. Brit Bong Pol, have you seen little change in their 500ml Perlenbacher batch from 4.8 to 4.5% ABV? Brit Bong Pol, I haven't, but I'll have a look. The best scratchings are by Ray Gray. Cheers, mate. Enjoy the video. Thank you very much, Wise Dog. I had beef with kimchi and mushrooms earlier. Nice. It's Hungarian, right? Yeah, lots of people are saying it was the last super chat we had was Hungarian. Brilliant. Oh, it's forint. Hungarian forint, not francs. Right, okay. I love my German and Belgian beers, and that is all down to Simon. Thank you. Hey, Steve Jeffrey. It's just what we try and do, you know? Just show people the light, show people the way, drink good beer. And it don't cost that much more, does it? Oliver Anthony concert last night was amazing. Oliver Anthony. I'm rubbish with music. I do apologise. I don't know who he is. I do apologise. I'm the worst when it comes to music. Do you remember the proper Stella with embossed cans? Nobody does embossed cans anymore, unless I'm mistaken. Wise Dog. Everything was better years ago, wasn't it? Everything was. So everything's a bit rubbish at the moment. I'm on a Paul and a Munch and a Hell's, courtesy of Tesco, one of the best for supermarket offerings. Augustiner Brau Hell's top beer in the world, lads, but just need a supermarket to get it on board. Wouldn't that be nice if we can get an Augustiner Brau? It'd be really good, wouldn't it? There is one, I think Hofbrau in £2 a bottle in certain Morrison stores. That's a cracking beer. Brian Nichols, best Belgian beer I've had was Trappist Rochefort. Great beer. It is good beer, Brian. Brit Bong Pol. I haven't tried the newer batches, but I did buy a whole case of old batch. I think it was my store's last batch. When Perlenbacher was 99p a bottle, 4.8% ABV, it was excellent. I can remember Perlenbacher Weissbier being 80 pence. I can remember Perlenbacher Weissbier being 80 pence a bottle. A can. It's cheap as chips. Not anymore though. I think certain wages are catching up though, aren't they? Some people are having like massive pay rises, aren't they, to catch up. Irish craft beer guy Alan Mead is in, and he's on the Star of Pram and Unfiltered. Man United 16 says, me too, Steve. Introduced to my favourite style of beer, Vice beer, because of Simon. It's the least I can do. That's awesome show. Welcome. We're international tonight. Brad says cost saving. That's why we don't get embossed cans and poorer quality. It's right, Brad. It's right. Hofbrau underrated, actually made good shout. It is, JB. It's a brilliant beer. Hofbrau. You can only get it. We can only get it in Newport Road Morrison's, which for me is like 9 miles away. It's just not worth driving all that way for it. I saw June Part 2 earlier on the IMAX. It's amazing. Al Humphreys is good, is it? Can we do 200 likes, says Steve Jeffrey. We'll have a look at that now in a moment. And love the stream, Simon says. Rob and Bob Ag, £10 super chat. £10 super chat from Bob Ag. And yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. You guys have been fantastic. Fantastically generous tonight. Really, really generous. Thank you very much. Simon, what's your opinion on Vocation beers? It's one of my local breweries and my go-to pub. Offer a good range of their products. I had a chat with this big brewer about Vocation actually. This big brewer were trying to tell me that they want to do everything. They're trying to do everything right. They're trying to sell craft beer to, like, really good craft beer to people who want to buy it online. And then they're offering like a load of different supermarket offerings. Some haven't been very good recently, as a little hint. So that was the hour conversation with that brewery. Nothing kind of like nothing shouty down the phone, but I give my reasons as to why I review it. I give my reasons as to why I'm buying it, and the simple fact of the matter is that people want to watch it, and I explained that to the person who rang. It was almost like, well, why are you buying it then? This has been brewed for youngsters. This has been brewed for the young crowd, and my argument was, well, you're all putting it on the supermarket shelves, and it's my right. It's my right to show these people, these lovely people who watch the channel, my thoughts, my honest thoughts on your beer. If you want to whack a load of ice cream concentrate in it, that wasn't my decision. That wasn't my decision to put ice cream concentrate in the beer. But it's an opportunity for me to talk about the beer. Yeah, that was the hour conversation. But Vocation come up, and what they explained is that Vocation have put all their eggs in the basket of supermarket. They've literally, like, all their eggs are in the supermarket, and almost like, kind of like, if it were ever to go wrong, and it has gone wrong for other breweries. Let me get this super chat, because I got to appreciate everybody here. Man United 16, €5.99 super chat. A big thanks for all you do. Honestly is the core to your channel. Keep it up. Thank you very much. Thank you. Where was I? Thanks for the super chat, Man United 16. Tell us about your model brew house on your bar, please, Simon. How far will this stretch? How far will this thing stretch? Do you like it? Look, the bottles. The bottles are going through the bottling line. See that? And then at the top there, you got barrels going around. It's a little German, Austrian style brewery. Bratwurst, and it's amazing, isn't it? Amazing little thing. And it cost me 15 quid. That cost me 15 quid. There's a place called Biology. You know, you get these, like, really, they're not shady, but you get these, like, warehouses. We've all got them in our towns, where they're just independent warehouses, and they fill them with cheap stuff. Literally fill them with cheap lights and, cheap batteries. You can buy bits of old off-cut carpet, bags of cheap manure, compost, those sort of places. Well, by August, September, they're getting ready for Christmas. And that was a Christmas decoration. Mattresses, yeah. That was a Christmas decoration. And no, it was the last one. And I said, I got to have that. I gotta have that. Can I buy it off you? It's the last one. And they were like, oh, give us 15 quid. Because one of the little men snapped off. And I was like, yeah, totally, 15 quid. Job done. I was telling you a story, wasn't I? Runs with wind. So wonderful to see these super chats coming in. Simon gives us a little lift in these strange times and deserves recognition for the amount of work he does. Thank you very much. Runs with wind. That's fantastic. Love it. That many brewery is so blooming cool. It's funny, isn't it? I was like, I gotta have that. Google. You should Google it. You should Google toy brewery. See if you can find a cheap Chinese one. I'm sure you'll be able to find one. Right, Kyle Dillon. Hi Simon, I would like to start drinking craft beer because they look amazing, but I'm not sure which to try. I'm a lager drinker, so is there anything that maybe tastes a bit like lager? Thanks. Right, Kyle. Not just me in the chat. I'm just a small member of this community. There's so many people out there that will be able to help you tonight. If you want to have a conversation with somebody, they'll mention you, Kyle Dillon, and they'll talk to you about beer. I will give you my 2 pence worth right now. If you want to start trying different beers, then just go slightly off the beaten track a little bit. Even if you start off with something like this. This is a Birra Moretti with a little bit of salt in, and it's unfiltered. Unfiltered means that the lager has not been polished and polished and polished, so you get something really bright. And you go, ooh, I'm going to drink with my eyes, and ooh, this looks fantastic. First and foremost, probably the reason why you don't buy craft beer is because it looks unfiltered and hazy, and it's just that little level of understanding. And of course, we all had to start somewhere. That little bit of kind of like leap of faith that you may need to jump into to try these beers. Go into Tesco, pick up a couple of them. Maybe pick up Kronenbourg Blanc, which is another hazy Kronenbourg style beer. White beer, wit beer. Pop to Lidl, Aldi. Maybe try your first white beer, Weiss beer. In Belgium, wit beer. They're all from the same family of beers. This is flavoured by the yeast in the beer. It's a special German yeast that offers flavour of banana and spices and a little bit of clove. Cool it down, put it in the fridge. I'm drinking one right now. It's a little bit hazy. The biggest thing I'm going to say to you is don't drink with your eyes. Do not drink with your eyes. These are for looking down the road to make sure cars ain't coming, or looking at your lovely partner whilst... going to say something. You can't say anything these days, can you? Anything. These are for making sure you don't fall over and smoothing your dog, and making sure you can see your dog and that sort of thing. Your mouth is different, completely different. Your mouth tastes stuff, so it doesn't matter that the beer's unfiltered. It's tasty. Never drink with these. Never drink, unless there's a shopping trolley in the bottom of your glass. Never drink with these. Always drink with this. And then your journey will begin. The moment you get over the fact that beer doesn't have to be crystal clear is the moment your journey will begin. Lots of people, Hazy Haze, thank you very much for talking to Kyle. Lots of people interested in this. Lots of people will help. Roy Broiling with a €2 super chat. German alt beer is one of my new favourites. Isn't it great? Old beer. Roy Broiling, that's another example. €2 super chat, thank you very much. But alt beer means old beer. It's an old style of beer from Germany. Brilliant. Maybe buy yourself an old beer book. Go to a second-hand shop. Ask them if they got old beer books. Pick up some old beer books. Start reading old beer books for just a couple of quid. And just once you go down the rabbit hole, I will warn you. When you go down the rabbit hole, there's no going back. You will never drink a Foster's again. Word of advice, avoid 0 degrees. They've fallen off. Have they? Matthew, that's a shame. Great advice, Si. Don't drink with your eyes. And your mouth is what tastes the beer. Just jabbing. Love it. Sound advice there, Si. We drink in a craft beer bar quite often. And the amount of non-locals that turn their nose up at a hazy pint. It's funny, isn't it, Brad? Funny. That shouldn't look like that. That's hazy. Well, that's going to have loads of flavour. I'm going to love it. Simon, do you think general pubs, even Wetherspoons, should offer Vice beer on tap? Yes, I do, Brit Bong Pol. Do you think general norms would learn different types more and drift away from sugar beers? Yes, of course. Got the Aldi Kronenberg equivalent and thought it was a bit fruity. Nice though, Gary Wardle. Hazy Ale is my favourite style, nothing to do with my name, Hazy Hazy. Is anyone else getting adverts in a live stream? Denbo. Yes, there are adverts in the live stream, Denbo, and that is purely I've been honest about it for the last few weeks since Google introduced them. It's the main way of me making money. And it's a kind of solid foundation for me to grow the channel. And it offers me a very safe platform in that everything's nice and stable and works. Does that make sense? I don't have to rely on emailing breweries and emailing people, and I can just rely on adverts, and that's, I'm happy with that. Absolutely happy with that. We got 306 people in at the Stone Crow Virtual Pub. Thank you all so very much for joining. Can we hit the like button down below? Can we do 20 more likes for 200 likes at the Stone Crow Virtual Pub? Ryan Mackenzie. Ryan Mackenzie, you got a blooming ad blocker on. Only pulling your leg, Ryan. Lee Griffin, getting a perfect draft machine opened up my eyes to discovering new styles of beer, such as Vice beer. Lee Griffin, absolutely, absolutely. Do you remember your first IPA, Simon? I think mine was from Colonel back in the day. PVA Caesar. Well, yes. Yes, I do. Does anybody remember Richard Burhouse? Richard Burhouse was the owner and the founder of Magic Rock Brewing Company. Before he founded Magic Rock Brewing Company, he founded a company called My Brewery Tap, and it was one of the first online beer stores in the UK. And he got beer in from America, Dogfish Head, and all these other wonderful beers. And he sent me a box of them, contacted me. Love what you're doing on YouTube. This is perfect for us. Get our name out there. Can you just review some beers? I was like, yeah, of course. Because I was buying, no disrespect to any of these beers, I was buying real ale bottles in the supermarket at the time. This whole thing was relatively new. And I remember having a Thornbridge Joypur. I think it was either that one. It was actually. I think Thornbridge Joypur or Sierra Nevada Pale Ale was the first hoppy IPA style beer that I tried, and it blew me away. Absolutely, blew me away. Lee Griffin. I talked about a keg coming on the perfect draft soon. Oh, well, I've slipped up now. There's something coming. Lee Griffin, hold on to your hats. There's a stout coming on the perfect draft. I was on the phone to somebody yesterday who owns a lovely brewery, and there's a stout coming to the perfect draft soon. Old Grandad remixes and mashups £4.99 super chat saying, I remember the days of 75 centilitre Chimay Blue in Sainsbury. Oh yeah. Used to buy it for house parties in uni and it would get me. Yeah, totally. You can still buy Chimay in Morrison's. Oh, my front door. You can still buy Chimay in Morrison's. Ethan Griffiths. Opinions on Wetherspoon's craft beer options if you've had any recently. Not been to Wetherspoon's for a while. It's all right. I was in one about 4 weeks ago. On the 7th of February, I went to a Wetherspoon's and I had something like, it was like grey wolf porter. And it was brilliant. Big, thick, gloopy, muddy like porter. Brilliant. Yeah. Other times you can go on Wetherspoon's. There's not much in there. Jaipur changed the game, George. It certainly did. Simon's warning. You will never drink Foster's again. You probably won't. Stu loves Jaipur. PVA Caesar. Sierra Nevada Pale Ale still stands up. A great beer. It really is. And they sell so much of it now in America. Daniel Smith. Evening. Off to Ghent for a weekend. So, we're going to buy cheap beer, wine, meat and cheese for the Easter weekend. Any recommendations on Belgian beer I can get on whilst in Ghent for the night? Daniel Smith. Just go into the local bottle shops and just have a party. Just get whatever you can. It's going to be great. Big Kev, I'm going to answer this one and then I'm going to run to the toilet. 52 minutes in. It's early tonight, isn't it? My old bladder's like this. Toilet soon after Big Kev's comment. Why don't we ever hear Loki in the background? Is he just chilling in his old age now? Yeah. Always used to hear the dog only a couple of years ago. Big Kev, before I go to the toilet, I have noticed he's sleeping a lot. I noticed today, I try to play with him, you know, throw a ball for him. He gets out of his chair, wags his tail a bit, and then he lies back down, he goes back to sleep. Yeah, he's over there. He's just really old now. He's not doing much anymore. He's become quite needy as well. He follows me round. If I go upstairs for a wee, he'll like try and climb, and we don't allow the dog upstairs. He tries to climb the stairs, follow me. He's getting a bit needy in his old age. Of course, you got to respect it. We lost Lilo as well. We lost Lilo about 3 weeks ago. The old black cat. Kids would be off to uni in a year or two. Life's about to change. I need a wee though, I gotta have a wee. Who's got the bathroom? Here he is. Here he is. Hey, yo. Hey, yo, Adrian, I did it. Hey, yo, Rock, look, but all his teeth are gone. All his eyes, he got like a little kind of thing going on with his eye. I don't know what it is. Still here. He's still here, you know, eh? He's still here, boy. He's old as the hills, this one. He's about 6 million years old. Yeah, I know. Where's your chicken? That's all he gets out of his chair for now. If I tell him he got chicken. So Sunday, we have a roast dinner every Sunday. And it's the only time he gets excited. We put it on 2:30. Do you know, like half hour, an hour in, 3:30, he starts to stir. He can start nose up in the air. He wakes up from his sleeping all the time. Yeah, he's and then he gets up then. He gets up then and by 5 o'clock, by the time the chicken's cooked, you can't get him out of the kitchen. He will not leave the kitchen. He's literally getting chicken out the oven in the tray, and he's literally like, oh, he's like a puppy. I bet the dried Carolina Reaper are not there. I bet the dried Carolina. They were on my shelf. Did I eat one of them? I can't remember, Roy, if I did anything with those. I can't remember, to be honest, and I do apologise if I didn't. Did I eat one in a live stream? I think I hid one. I think I ate one. That's because John was hidden. I ate one in a live stream. Sure, I did. I had a bottle of Blue Moon tonight. Bought it from a local Finnish supermarket, and it was brewed by Stara Pramen in Prague. Is that where the Blue Moon is brewed? That is sold in England? I don't think so. I think it's UK brewed. Licked it. Yeah. Do you know, I was starting to get like stomach things going on with all that Carolina. That's why you don't see it on the channel anymore. I was starting to get like, it was upsetting me a bit. You hear him? He does that as well. He's got this he sounds like a duck. He got this really weird cough. He's about 15. He's about 15 years old. So I think one day we'll come down the stairs and he'll be fast asleep, I think. Great dog. He's been a great dog, he really has. He's never ever shown his teeth. Never ever remotely shown any kind of anger, anything. He's been a great, and he loves the kids. They've properly grown up with him. I started pouring whiskey into my beer to up the ABV. Ever tried it, Simon? No, I haven't, brain worker. What did everyone think of the F1 today? Max still very fast, but at least it looks a little closer racing. Ferrari looked decent. Reese Hart. Now I think that we still haven't had the race yet, have we? You know, it looks like a mothership, doesn't it, that Red Bull? It looks incredible. I got a funny feeling they went with that design because Mercedes and Toto Wolff couldn't get it right. And I think Red Bull went down that road to go, we can make what you couldn't. And I think that's why they went down that road, because it's very similar to the Mercedes design of last year. The Mercedes couldn't get to work, and I think Red Bull did it to prove a point. You never know. They might burn through some fuel. The car might become unstable. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Bob, like port and stout, but preferred porters. What strength is Jaipur? I remember it being the strongest offering in the pub, and if you had too many, you were classed as thoroughly Jaipured. Butcher Benyon. It used to be about 5.9%, I think, back in the day. Madri's Mare, slightly better than Carlin. It's probably the original Carlin recipe, to be honest. The older you get, the more you drink. Now, the harder you work, the more you drink is what I say. Jordan Evans says, hello, I've been a fan for a while. From Swansea, currently drinking Kronbacher I got from my local Majestic Wine yesterday. Lovely beer. It is pretty good. Hello, Jordan Evans. Blue Moon is brewed in Prague. Was very good. It was equivalent of £2 a bottle though. Oh, that's not too bad, Nigel. Reading Christian text is the only excitement I've got from F1 in 10 years. I couldn't find them. I can't find them. Apparently there's a shower one though. Apparently there's some shower reference or something. But I feel sorry for poor Jerry. You know, God, remember the Brit dress? Good. Blimey, I was about 16 years old, I think. And he lost my left arm when I first seen her in that Brit dress. She was incredible, wasn't she? Absolutely incredible in that dress, all spilling out over the top. Fantastic, brilliant. You know, my arm nearly fell off. Brilliant. And you know, okay, she's probably in her 50s now, isn't she? Probably in her 50s. Looks quite slim. Like, but he had children with that. He's had children with that lady. And I think about, like, in these situations, I think about the kids, like, you know, I think about the poor children involved, like. Me and Mel got a pact. We've got a pact, like, you know. The moment one of us, like, even remotely has our head turned a little bit, which has never happened, we got a pact that we'll just speak about it, you know, and talk about it, see if we can sort things out, and wonder why, and the reasons why you might have had your head turned a little bit. We've always had that pact that, like, be honest with one another before something leads down the line and happens, you know. But thankfully, like, you know, nothing like that's ever happened. Well, bloke hasn't sent some misjudged messages when tipsy. Now though, having kids, it doesn't make you take a week. Kind of, well, yeah, you know, this is the thing, and alcohol's like, you know, it just. A night in the Stone Crow tonight as a full house full of lurgy here. Cat boo, oh, sorry to hear that, Cat. Hoffmeister's still going, yes, absolutely. I never knew that. It is. It's rebranded. It's now, they found a brewery in Germany to produce it, and it's really blooming good. My father and his army buddies would come to ours at weekends, and Hoffmeister was everywhere, lol. Yeah. It's 5% though. Have a look. Raymond Lover. Go on YouTube. Put in Hoffmeister Real Ale Craft Beer, and you'll see they do a Weiss beer and a Helles Lager. I've always enjoyed Style of Primer on tap. It's a bit hit and miss in bottles, in my opinion. If I get you a couple of bottles, will you do a review of Blue Anchor Springo special one time? So I mean, yeah, of course. Mr. Crazy John presents, yeah. Oh, Peculiar Keg now on a PD. Will you get it? Yeah, if I can find it, Liam, I will. Big Kev, baby spice for me every day of the week and twice on a Sunday. I know what you mean. I know we were young, you know. Like, I was 50. I think I was about 15 or 16 when the Spice Girls hit. And of course, back then, if you had half a voice, it was more to do with what you looked like. If you had half a voice, job done. Sing in this Brit dress. Hofmeister Helles on tap is also really nice. Happy St. David's Day, having a scoop over FaceTime my Landilo relatives. I'm on the Burton chap's blonde. The dude, The dude, do you know Mr. Buckley from Landilo? Do you know Mr. Buckley from Landilo? He owns a brewery there. Having a Brewdog Lost Lager tonight, it's not too bad, David G. I used to love Wholesome Pills when it was German brewed and really cheap in Tesco, Parramatta. Well, the brewery in Hamburg shut down, didn't it? It's a big office block now. Office, flats, it's just not there anymore. So I think that was the main reason Holston is kind of like not in the UK so much anymore. Simon, ever had little steam brew IPA? Yes. It is my go-to when I'm at Czech Republic for a festival. I drink the Weizen Pale Ale. I've had it, blue can. We need it here in the UK. I've seen some of the steam brew beers in the UK, but I haven't seen them all. Brad, Baby Spice. Shout out to the army in Lincoln during the 80s, the Hofmeister drinkers, lol. Sausage Bap evening. Reese says, I'm too young to know what that is without a quick Google. I'm all about the costume. Oh, they're quite mysterious, aren't they? Quite mysterious, them lot, you know. Yeah, funny, innit? Yeah, like mysterious. I know what you mean, Al Humphreys. Hofmeister Hell's on tap is also really nice. Ooh. The dude, he's already talked to me about that. Happy St. David's Day. Even if I got one of them munch boxes in the oven, need to stop watching your videos before shopping day. Mr. Nemesis, do you know, I did that when I had a few beers. I'll let you all know about this. Some people worked it out. I missed the flipping sachet of salt and chili. I forgot to put it on. I just had some raw chips. Like, I forgot to put the seasoning on. I'd had a couple of jars. I had about 3 or 4 pints, and I got a bit hungry. I was like, I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna cook that. I'm gonna review that munch box, and I completely forgot to put the seasoning in. Yeah, don't tell Aldi. What is the nicest German beer you guys have had? I've tried Bitburger, Kronbacher and Paul, they're all nice. See, the thing is, Kronbacher's great in its own right. Paul make a fantastic Weiss beer. Bitburger make a fantastic Pilsner. They're all good. I had Warsteiner once. I've probably told you this story a million times, everybody. But I went to Hamburg and I had like 3 hours to myself where there was no schedule for me. Normally, you get flown somewhere, you get an itinerary. You got to be here at 3 o'clock, you got to be here at 4, you got to be here at 5, you got to be somewhere else at 6, and all the way to like 11 o'clock at night. Full on when you go on these beer trips, full on day. And the one day in Hamburg, I had 3 hours to myself. And I was like, oh, great, let's go and see Hamburg. So I walked around the bridge in Hamburg, walked up and down, a little walk around, and I come across this, I love anything like Chinese, Korean food, anything Asian food-wise, love it, noodle bars, that sort of thing. Come across this noodle bar tucked away on a side street, and they had a Warsteiner sign on the outside, and I thought, this is just perfect. The sun was out. Lady on the door said, would you like to eat in, eat out? I said, I want to eat out in the sunshine. So I said, I'll have one of the Warsteiners and a menu. So she come out, freezing cold Warsteiner, dunk on the table. Oh, sat there. Oh, this is the best thing ever. Freezing cold Warsteiner on a sunny August Hamburg day. Beautiful. You know, we've all been there, haven't we? We just, one of those moments where you got the perfect beer, the sun's out, there's no wind. We've all been in them moments. Are they? Big Kev. Anyway, I had this like spicy chicken noodle dish with vegetables in it. And it was just the most amazing thing ever. It was just freezing. I had another pint, I had 2 pints of Warsteiner there. And then, of course, I had an appointment then about 7 o'clock in the night, so I couldn't rock up. You know, I couldn't. So, because of course you've got to carry on drinking, haven't you? You've got to carry on going. So I couldn't rock up at this. It was like a party. Couldn't rock up at the party already partied up, you know. I just bought a nice Warsteiner handle pint glass, love it. Well done, Steve Jeffrey. Also a fan of Erdanger Weissbier, yep. Oh, there was wind all right, just not outside. Al Humphreys. Munchbox review a couple of days ago with a well-oiled host. Bob 13, yeah. Is it true they sell Warsteiner at McDonald's in Germany? That place sounds like heaven. Probably. Can you imagine that? I'll have 2 Big Macs and a Warsteiner, please. And a large fries. Nigel Watson. When I lived in England, I used to get all my interesting beers from Beers of Europe. Highly recommended. Absolutely, Nigel Watson. Yeah, totally. They're our channel sponsor. I'm in this, probably heard all about this before, haven't you? I'm in this position where kids are about a year or two, uni, GCSEs finished, like really close to like starting to make some really big decisions in my life, and I'm really getting quite excited by it. Of course, you've got to live your life for today, haven't you? You've got to live every day as it comes. But at the same time, I can start like seeing. I'm looking down the tunnel like this, and I can see a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. You know, kids off to uni. You know, disappear somewhere nice. On the Old Peculiar, on the Perfect Draft, stunning pint, best beer out on there by far. I'll have to get it, Lee W. How are you doing, Lee W? All right, I'll have to get the Old Peculiar. Simon, have you ever tried Kronenbourg Blanc? Yes, I've reviewed it. It's on my channel. I asked my parents to bring a crate back from France when they went. Amazing stuff. And Ireland sells it. Ever had it? You think it should be on our shelves? It is, Brit Pong Paul. It's in Tesco. It launched 4 weeks ago in Tesco. It's available. Right. What next? Where are we? What's the time? Clock's covered. 8:15. Stout. Ale. Stout's in the front. I've been drinking cold beer. The ales are... So I try a mild. Happy St. David's Day. Why aren't Little keeping that lovely Helles Lager as a staple? It's probably one of those things. They make it every now and again. It is great though, isn't it? That Helles Lager is fantastic. I'm going to have a mild. Mag's Mild Dark Ale. Have you tried Innocent Gun, matured in whiskey cask, lovely drop? Gary Wardle, yes, absolutely. Get them all, Simon. Get up. Well, let's get on it. We'd love to send you some Romanian craft beer. Grand Sigma. I would love to try some. I would love to try it. Romania is a country. I've had beer from Russia. I've had craft beer from Russia, Bulgaria. Brewed in Croatia. I brewed my own beer in Croatia. Fun fact. I've never had anything from Romania. Nothing. And I'd love to try it. I've had beers from the neighbouring countries as well. Like I don't even know if it's neighbouring. Slovenia? Is that neighbouring? Romania, Slovenia? What's that country? not Bosnia and Herzegovina, Moldova, no. I'm trying to, what's the blooming name? Oh, what's that country? I had them lagers. Lithuania. Lithuania. Is Lithuania near Croatia, Romania? Montenegro, Albania. Yeah, I think I've had some beer from Montenegro and Lithuania. Lithuania beer is fantastic. The Lithuanians brew some fantastic beers. Is that near Romania? I am rubbish at beer. Lithuania is north next to Poland, Russia and Latvia. Oh, I'm rubbish, and I'm sorry if I've caused any offence. Lithuania, Romania are 600 miles, not that far. I am rubbish, I do apologise. There's no offence, I don't ever mean to cause offence to people. Lithuania's up north. Wait. It's all good. My apologies. Well, anyway, I'd like to try. I've had beer from all over the world, but I've never had any Romanian beer. I'd love to try some Romanian beer. Lithuania's up north on the Baltic coast. I'm an Englishman from Liverpool, but I live my days here in Romania. They're awesome craft beer. Really? That would be. That's like amazing. Liverpool to Romania. How did that happen? Did you get married, or was it that sort of thing? Found your lovely partner from Romania and was like, that's it for me, I'm going, boof, gone. Got it in one side. It's always this. I bet, you know. My mammy told me never to mix my drinks. Jordan Evans. Got it in one side. Yeah, part of the Baltic region. Bateman's DM is a cracking mild you need on draft in Lincolnshire. Sometimes says David. Jordan says, I hate mixing my drinks. If I start with lager, I have to end it with a lager. Well, Jordan, let me tell you. I judge at beer festivals. And 1 minute, you're judging a lager. The next minute, you're judging a mild. The next minute, you're drinking a stout. The next minute, you're drinking an imperial stout. I turned up at a judging competition in Poland. My goodness me, I was drinking... They put me on the imperial stouts at 10 o'clock in the morning. Remember, because I was car sick, drinking these imperial stouts, and I was like, I'm not getting any better here. I'm not getting any better whatsoever. And I was running through the restaurant, like that, running. I got up off my judging chair, full pelt to the toilets, and I didn't make it. And I had imperial stout all down my shirt, everywhere. Eggs and imperial stout all over me. And I did this thing, they were like, you all right? Guy come and followed me and said, you all right? And I went, oh, come here. And he was like, no, I'm not that way inclined. And I was like, no, neither am I. I said, but I'm covered in muck. I need a t-shirt. I need you to go and find me a t-shirt. I said, I'll clean my trousers up, no worries. I said, but I need a t-shirt. I've got muck all over me. Eggs and imperial stout. But I was like, come here, come in the cubicle. And he's like, no. He's like, no, me neither. Oh. Some of the things I've done in my life, I tell you, I've forgotten that story. That's only just come to me because of the mixing the drinks, the old mixing the drinks things. When you judge beer at beer festivals, you could be drinking anything. Polish beers always seem to have a bit of an off flavour to them. Daniel, they brew some fantastic. The Polish brew some brilliant beers. We got a delicatessen in Cardiff, a Polish, and I got James laughing. We got a Polish deli in Cardiff, and almost cleaner or chemical. Jordan Evans, why is British beer so bad? Not all British beer is bad. I'm drinking a mild now, it's lush. This Mag's Mild. Brilliant. From Renegade. Back once again with the Renegade. This is great. Great mild. In a Weiss beer glass. What was it like that scene I'd seen in America? Al Humphreys. I can remember, I think I can remember that. I was literally running. You know when you're like, I'm not going to be sick? Nope. I'm alright. You're convincing yourself, I'm alright. I'll sit here. I'm going to sit in the chair. I won't review anything else. I'll just sit here quietly. And you're like, oh God. It's the moment you doubt it. The moment Ursus Romanian Brewery brewed Peroni and a Hassi. I've had some Ursus stuff. I have had Romanian beer then. I have. I bought Romanian beer in Lidl. I do remember. It wasn't craft beer though. Can only judge from the beers I've tried. It wasn't green, was it, Simon? No. So, it's the moment you doubt it, isn't it? That you're like, oh, no, maybe I am going to be ill. And then once you've made up your mind, it's almost like like I was literally, I got up from the chair, like, and I was in my 30s and I was like running through, I had to run through 2 rooms and then a posh restaurant, loads of people in the restaurant. I ran like literally, get out of my way! And I remember getting through the toilet doors and thinking I got far enough. And it's that in your mind, I've got far enough, haven't I? I've got far enough, and you're like, it's just. It's Don Jeffrey's fault. Don Jeffrey, one of the famous Guinness, one of the famous Guinness head brewers. He went on to brew at Brains Brewery. Lovely guy, really lovely guy. Don Jeffrey. We were, the night before that, so the day, I was in Poland in the day, and we were at a beer festival, and the beers were flowing, it was great, like, got to the afternoon and evening, and he came up to me, he said, there's 2 buses. He said, we can get the first bus and go back to the hotel, and there's loads of beer there, suitcases and the bar's full of beer there. We can get the first bus and go back first, and then if we get that bus wrong, we got a second bus. Or he said we can leave it till the last bus and miss it, and we'll have to pay a fortune to get a taxi back. So I said, all right, I'm always safe anyway. I'm always the safe option. So I went, we'll go on the first bus. And Don's probably 30 years older than me. He's probably the same height as me. He's from Lancashire. He's a Lancashire man. And he can drink. My goodness me, that man can drink. And we had so much fun. I was so glad. I went back again. When we went back to the bar in the hotel, another old gent, he's passed away now, but he was a lovely guy. Ian Hornsley. Does anybody remember a man called Ian Hornsley? I think he invented a style of beer. He invented like the first, I can't even remember what beer it was now, but somebody Google Ian Hornsley. That man, oh, what a guy he was. I interviewed him on YouTube, and Don said to me before I interviewed him, ask him when he had his first beer. So I asked Ian Hornsley in this interview when he had his first beer, and he went, oh, about 7. Had my first beer about 7. Times were different back then, weren't they? But anyway, we had a raging party in the hotel till God knows when in the morning. And then it was the combination of a hangover in the morning. I ate some eggs. I had eggs for breakfast. I thought I was like forcing scrambled eggs down me. And that was the Jamie Wooten, how you doing, Jamie? How you doing? That was the problem, the scrambled eggs. I remember getting on the bus thinking, I shouldn't be on this bus, I'm sweating. My forehead was sweating on the bus, and I thought I shouldn't be on this bus. And it was a bus to the beer festival. Nethergate, Big Kev, that's him. Nethergate Brewery, read up. This passed away now, but we had, I tell you what, Ian Hornsey could drink as well. My goodness me. They drunk me under the table, the pair of them. Ian Hornsley and Don Jeffrey. The other one you want to Google is Don Jeffrey. My goodness me, we drank. Oh, and the jokes, you know, there's a certain age you get where you just get really good at telling jokes, and the wise cracking, the jokes, it was just like you never wanted to go to bed type of thing. Middle of the Polish countryside. Gotta go for a wee. Okay, so we got 240 people in the Stone Crow virtual pub. Now, tell me if I get carried away. If I get carried away and start telling stories like that again, just go whoa, whoa, whoa. Because what I forget is that I like to tell a story. I do, because it kind of shows the real me, doesn't it? But I'm not engaging myself like reading your comments. I need to be reading more of your comments, and I do find, I was having a wee and I was thinking, I spent like 15-20 minutes just talking about old war stories, and I need to like engage back with you guys. So let's start with Lecro. Wow, just doing my Tesco order for next week. Just looking for my favourite tipple and Budweiser. This product has been removed from our range in bottles. Lecro. Always in Lidl. You will always find Budvar in Lidl. It's a great beer. The Linzer beer is going down really well. Frid Raiders of the Lost Craft Beers. Al Humphreys. If I was having a pee coming back to live progress, I'd have stage fright. If I was having a pee coming back, It's funny, Gaz Mix. I always remember. Oh, here's another story. Sorry, I have a drink. I start telling stories. I do apologise if I'm boring people. I always remember. I was at a Welsh beer festival back in 2011, and there was a guy called Arthur Daly. And Arthur Daly was very much, back in the day, the Welsh beer man. He was the man that everybody rang and they spoke to, and he's in the cider industry now, so he's not too interested in beer as much as he was. But I remember ITV News just walked up to him, filming, and they were like, put a microphone in his face, and they were like, ITV News, Arthur Daly, and he just went, he just went click, could see. He went from talking to me, relaxing, walking through this beer festival, and he just went woof. He just went right, and he just switched it on, and he did this live ITV News Wales story on the Welsh Beer Festival, and it was brilliant. And I looked at him back then. I was like, I had so much admiration. So, what's going on? I went for it's all gone quiet. Runs with wind. Yeah, I know. I know. It's me. It is telling stories. So I had this admiration for Arthur Daly for being able to switch on, like when he needed to switch on. And I learned a lot that day. I asked him questions, he talked to me, we chatted, and he said, you've got to have a different face for TV, you've got to have for multitude, you're not having a drink with your mate. Now, it's a bit different doing a live stream, because I know a lot of you. I've never met any of you, really, but I know you, weirdly. Big Kev, Hazy Haze, Chippy T, or lots of, Runs with Wind, or many names, and I genuinely feel like I'm having a beer in the pub with the boys and the girls. I do. The movie is basically about the fall of East Unity. Simon, this is probably the most busiest pub tonight. Lee Griffin. It's funny, isn't it? It's funny. Top 3 desert island beers. Oh, I get to ask this a lot. Same here, yeah, totally. Raise the glasses, folks. Tony Juice, hello Tony, how are you doing? Top 3 desert island beers. That would be, for me, a really good best bitter, a really good stout, and a really good Weiss beer. That would be at the moment, my 3, if I had to choose. I'm not going to choose specific brewery, specific beer, but maybe lager, bitter, porter, stout, those styles. Weiss beer, of course. Having Perlenbacher Pils bottle in a pub pint glass tastes amazing. The glass really it does, Paul Goggin, especially a nice glass. Put it in a nice glass. 1984, surely at the current time. Simon, what parts of USA have you visited and what beers did you try? Matthew, I've never been to America. I have never been to America. I'd love to go. I would love to go to America one day. Must be a cold desert island. Parramatta, you ever go to the ice hockey in Cardiff? Never been. I'd like to. Travis. I'm not even going to read Travis's comment yet. I'm going to start off with an apology. Travis, you send me so many of those jokes and I do really love them. I'm in this position at the moment where I forget about social media. I forget it's there. I very, very rarely go on Facebook. I very, very rarely go on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. And I use Instagram a little bit. And then when I do eventually go onto Instagram, I see your message. I'm like, oh God, I need to make more of a blooming effort on Instagram to talk and to engage and to speak with Trav and the fantastic jokes he sends me. But it's purely, I'm not being ignorant. I'm not being ignorant at all. It's purely a fact that I just got to remember to open the app and look and read at these things. Let me read your comment now. Trav, hi, my good friend in Wales. How are you doing? Hope you and the family are healthy. We are, mate. I hope you and your family are healthy too. Paddy from Tyrone in north of Ireland. Lovely reviews. A first time at the pub watching you. Paddy Ryan. Oh, Matthew, consider this your invitation. Wouldn't that be lovely? Video is jumping. Is it the stream or your Wi-Fi? I don't know. Big Kev, patterns on toilet paper. What's the point? I quite like the Christmas star toilet paper we had. Very quickly, going back to my story. So I learned from Arthur Daly that day that the moment a microphone gets pointed in your face, or to get over the fact that you're being filmed. That's the biggest thing. Get over the fact you're being filmed. Okay, put on a television face, of course, but get over that fact and speak. So, of course, I've filmed. I'm quite excited. We are very close to 9,700 videos on YouTube. 9,700, with about 300 away from 10,000 videos on YouTube. Of course, we need to discuss video beer review 10,000. We need to discuss that. And let's start it now. What should it be, everyone? Video beer review 10,000 in 300 videos time. If I'm releasing hello CJ Gamer, how you doing? If I'm releasing 2 to 3 a day, then let's do the maths. Then I reckon I'm going to be hitting that about August. About August, September time, I'm going to be hitting video beer review 10,000. Fingers crossed, bit of luck. Hello James, how you doing? What should it be? 7 Franciscan Royals. That's a lot. It is a lot. It is a lot. Hit it. Na, na, la, na, da, la, na, na, la, la, la. You need to do a live beer review with everyone getting the same beers for the live pub. Attempting to drink 10,000 pints. Well, you can imagine now. August is the London Craft Beer Festival. Wheat Vice do tend to get tiresome if you drink them on the regular though. Daniel, well, I just love it. Simon, are you at all in with any brewery that could maybe brew you a special beer just for you for your 10,000th video? Yes, I could do. Yes, I should do really, shouldn't I? You started YouTube 11 years ago, right? Reese, no, 2010. It's 2024, so 14 years ago. Cheers from Argentina, says Martin. Simon, have you ever tried Trooper Beer, Iron Maiden Beer, Brit Bong Pong, Paul, sorry. Stick it into YouTube search. If you think, or you want to know, if I reviewed a Trooper Beer, stick it there in the YouTube search and have a look. Never mind, it was 5. I used to watch you all the time in that situation. I remember me and my brother Jaden did a video of you doing the super hot nut. Did you really? The 10 bottle Duval challenge, part 2 for 10,000. The 10 Duval challenge. That I was really ill off that. A 100% ABV beer, of course. God, it was 8, says Reese. I think you should do top 10 beers for 10,000. Maybe. Can't drink them every day, the Vice beer. Video 10,000 should be a live stream, Simon. What do you think? I mean, it could be, couldn't it? It could be. Right, we have got 247 likes. 247 likes of the Stone Crow Virtual Pub. Can we do 280? 280 likes at the Stone Crow Virtual Pub. Hit the like button down below. 280 likes at the Stone Crow Virtual Pub. I'm starting to think, actually. Maybe I could contact a brewery that is very close to me. Haven't spoke to them in years. You know those situations where you don't know internal politics and you don't really know that you're going to upset a load of people by working with another brewery? Well, that kind of happened. I didn't know anything. I didn't know that it was going to upset the fine folks at the big Cardiff brewery. But it did. It kind of did. And not really kind of had anything to do with them since. I've not really been back to their brewery at all since. Which is a shame. It's a shame because I'm independent. Surely this brewery knows I'm independent. Drink your favourite beer for your 100th. 10, not even 1,000, 10,000. There's 2 zeros after that, CJ Gamer. I seen the head brewer in B&Q once. We spent 10 minutes together talking. I'd like to think that you know, we could put this silly thing to bed and brew a beer together again for 10,000. Video beer review 10,000. I brewed 3 beers. I brewed Imperial Stout, Barry Island IPA, and Barry Island Grapefruit IPA, which, in hindsight, wasn't a great idea. Simon, let me fly you to the Netherlands and have some great beers together one time. Would be great to see the man behind the channel. Cheers, Roy Broyden, €6 super chat. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Well, that's an idea, Roy, that we need to kind of chat with. And the thing is, I'm not the same guy. Do you know, I was just talking about, like, putting my video face on. I'm very quiet. I'm a quiet guy. I can do this all night long. But like, if I'm with my family, I'm just very quiet guy. And people, and I'm talking directly to Roy and everybody else right now, people are surprised. People are surprised how quiet I am. And they're like, you all right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm all right. I'm a very different person from the man behind the camera. Simon, what's your view on home brewing? Not big buckets and syrup type. The ones you get full on using full ingredients. Oh, I love it. 10,000 video here. Whole club with your watches. Well, that would be good. Higher. Yeah, that would be really good, ADC. My friend invited me over for a drink. I mainly turned him down because it involved walking and I'm working tomorrow. Reese, that's what the Stone Crow's for. Joreen, try Primiters Weizen from Chechnya. It's a class act. So when my wife told me about this, when did the Czech Republic become Chechnya? I thought Chechnya was someone else. I don't know. I can't even film in public because I find it too embarrassing. Reese, I got over that as well. I can do that. Yeah. Hannah Williams Brothers album last week. Worst beer I've ever had. Literally tastes like pine tree. Parramatta. I mean, everybody's to their own, isn't they? Celebrate the 10,000 with a Snyder's Glorious Ice Bock. Yes, Jerome. Good beer. Mac, for a second time. There. I read that as Wine Stefano Vitas. Oh, Wine Stefano. Oh. Just looked it up. 10,000 videos should be a review of your first review. It was Badger Ale, Golden Ale. Don't know if they make it anymore. Oh my goodness me. I'd have to contact Badger, wouldn't I? Ring Badger and ask Badger, can I collaborate in a golden ale with them and then review it? How cool would that be? Totes Cereal, £10 super chat. Yo, Si, I'm still watching the vids, just haven't been on the Stone Crow in a bit. All the best. Totes Cereal, thank you so very much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. You guys have been fantastically generous tonight. You've been really, really brilliant. Thank you very much. Dan is on the black hat. Not a bad stout. I hope everyone's tip top. Totes Cereal, I saw Badger in Tesco earlier. They have rebranded. They have. Cheshire, not Cheshire. It sounds the same, doesn't it? Cheshire is the Czech name for the Czech Republic. It's been their official international name for about 7 to 8 years. See, I still call it the Czech Republic. And didn't the football team still go by Czech Republic as well? That's why I split it. Czech Republic and Slovakia. Ah, right, that's what it is. Just ordered some Budvar off Amazon. Works out at £1.90 for a 500ml can. Free delivery. Macrofaction. Brilliant. Czechia is the new name. Chechnya is a region of it's Russia. It's very close, isn't it? So very confusing. Maybe they should change their name again. Maybe the Russians had changed their name. I'm not going down that road. How about Snake Venom beer at 67.5% ABV for your 10,000th? I think I've done that, haven't I? And it was part of Czechoslovakia. Hey, Si, you got a website? No, YouTube or my email, which is realaleguide@googlemail.com. Nigel says, Badger beers in England, terrible. Nearly as bad as Hosbach tea. Bland dishwater. Nigel Watson. Well, I suppose, kind of like, I suppose there's people who like it. I reviewed a beer today. It was just solid. It was all right, malty, solid. But I know where you're coming from. I know where you're coming from. The Stone Crow Virtual Pub, after the 10,000 video, do some live reviews. Gonna be a sky. Ooh. What's your favourite quick meal? Mine is beans on toast with grated cheese. Can't go wrong with that, can you? I'm drinking, Totes Cereal. I have a bottle here. I have a bottle. Not drank it in a long time. It's 5.5%. 5.5. Oh, God, blimey, like. Cranbone Poacher. Yeah, I mean, it's all right. St. David's Day, of course. I keep forgetting. Tanglefoot was a go-to in summer, then had one that was rough as and nothing back there. Seems they rebranded 2 bottles now in dark glass. Well, yeah, I'm glad it's in dark glass. All this clear glass, they went clear glass, it was horrible. Never heard of Gower Power. Jacob Dawson, £5 super chat. We've managed to catch you 2 weeks on the bounce. Happy days. Still waiting on the scoop about the maybe one for the witching hour. I'm not going to talk about that. Jacob Dawson. If I open my ears long enough, I can hear a bit of music out there. It's like I do not engage. I do not like. There's a lot I could say. Of course, there's a lot I could say. But it's pointless. It's absolutely absolutely pointless. It really is. It would be me like banging my head against a brick wall. It's just no point. Just ignore. I live in a terraced house. It's very difficult because, of course, it's just a small wall between. And I go out in the morning, jump in the car. I do not look right. Not interested. Jump in the car, take the kids to school, drive home. If I see, of course, it's a terrace street. It's completely impossible to completely ignore people all of the time, but I just don't bother. I don't bother. That's it. That's it. It's a shame. It's a bit of a shame. Al Humphrey, it's like, do you know, this, I tried to change an area for the better that didn't want to be changed. That's what I tried to do. I tried to change an area that needed changing, and it refused to change. It refused to change. And that's it. That's it. If I can put my pride if I can ever put my pride to one side and brush my hair, then I will probably move away and give it up. I can't, you only get one life, don't you? Why should I overly care about an area where I've lived all my life? I've been all over the world. I've seen amazing places all over the world. I'd love to live full time. Yet here I am trying to change a part of the world that I've been in all my life. And sometimes it doesn't want to be changed. You try to do your part for the community. You say, yeah. Yeah, I kind of like, I can hear it. It's just, the thing is, we live in a close community. There's a lot of houses around here, and it's pitch black. It's probably raining, and I can slightly hear loud music in the garden. And obviously, I just mentioned there's a lot of people in the community. Obviously, the people in the community have ears, and the people in the community can hear, and it's people can make up their own minds, can't they? People can make up their own minds about, what is it, 5 to 9, winter's night, music on in the winter in your garden, every day of the week. People make up their own minds, and people got ears, people can see, and people make up their, and it's I can't say too much more than that, because the moment you say too much more than that, the moment you get involved again, don't you? I think the main time when I was born in Rochdale, and the thing is that places change. They do. Sorry, is that a good Wales? Want to bring my fiance? Try Kiln Park in Tenby. Would you ever consider moving, or are you settled? Too settled to consider it. Parramatta. It would be moving and then moving again. Oh, did I get this from Tony Two Shoes? Oh, Tony Two Shoes, sorry. My daughter is due in 18 days. Please raise your glass to Little Rosa. Tony Two Shoes, thanks for the super chat. Raising a glass to Little Rosa. Hey, good times. Congratulations, mate. Oh, long time. Like bonkersly long. I've been here 24, probably 23 years. 20, something like that. Tote cereal, £1.49 super chat. I'm sorry, where are we by the time? 5 to 9. I gotta go back to the toilet. I'm home one tonight, and back now. Right. Yes, Tony Two Shoes. It's brilliant, man. It's brilliant. Any plans to re-review Proper Black? I had one last week and it was very interesting. Electro. I haven't seen it in a long time. I watched that video, Fear Something Dreadful, and you just really Toad cereal. Oh no! I had to go and it was kind of a weird thing. I had to be medicated to normally Toad cereal. It's like coffee in the morning, boomf, normal. But it was like 3 days. But I was like, oh, back, everything was like awful pain, like weird. I never experienced anything like it. Let's all surprise Si when he gets back. All right, in. We love you, Si. We love you too. The Witch in Our Looms. Yeah, be careful. Be careful tonight. Just reminding myself that, not to engage and, No, I know. Starlink's the answer, isn't it? Starlink, the internet in the sky, be in the middle of nowhere, literally middle of nowhere, and you got like great broadband. That's the answer. That's what I'm looking for. Hi Simon, where's the best place for beer-related hoodies? Yours always look really good. Skyfall, just have a look online, put beer hoodies in online and there'd be loads. The golden rule of broadcasting is no dead airtime, so get yourself a radio mic for toilet breaks. Well, it's kind of like I like to think I got a bit of a difference. Yeah, okay, there's not meant to be any kind of like dead time, but at the same time, it's quite unique, isn't it? It's quite unique to have a bit of downtime to go to the toilet. Who does that in the broadcasting industry? Right, work time. Have a good night, all. Simon D. See you later, Simon D. Thanks so very much for watching. I've had many a medical mystery after prolonged sessions. I was sure I had a wheat intolerance for a while. So see, it's funny, isn't it? Nobody want to hear that. Right. I'm looking for a beer. Oh, I'm going to get that cold stout out the fridge. A little bit more dead time, but I'll be literally 10 seconds. I couldn't find it. I was like, oh, God. Ooh. Camden Stout. Very well, Toad Cereal, very well. She's playing Red Dead Redemption 2, I think, for the second time. I've nearly finished Elden Ring. I'm really quite happy with that. Great chilled night so far tonight, guys. Sergio Martin, yeah, absolutely. Camden Stout, is that a clue? You got to drink all the best beers. Paul Jones. It's all right. It's I think InBev, they own Camden. I think, and this is just me being polite, I think they could have done a little bit of a better job of this. I think they could have possibly gone 4.4% ABV. They could have possibly used a little bit more roasted malt. And then I think it would have been a superb beer. It really would have been a superb beer. But like anything in life, and it's margins all the time. They're like cutting margins. They're like trying to squeeze everything they can out of like your 4 cans for £6, which is the case for this beer in Sainsbury's. It's like, oh, it could have been such a great beer if they were just allowed a little bit more room to maneuver, if that makes sense. Ian, hi Simon, picked up some great German pills at Beers of Europe on Wednesday. What's your favourite German pills? Oh, literally all of them. 9 o'clock on a Friday night. Kronbacher, Warsteiner, all of them. They're all great. Yeah, Al Humphreys. It's just a bit thin. Bit thin, bit watery. Could have been so much better. They had a great opportunity. Camden Stout in a can. Doesn't that look great? Doesn't that look great? It looks great, doesn't it? They had a great opportunity here. And I think they just squandered it a little bit. Oh, it's 4%. It's not even 4.1, look. It's 4% ABV. It just needs more body and a little bit more roasted malt. and maybe 4.4% ABV. Brilliant comment on a lost opportunity. You should be a brewing consultant. I had a chat. I had this very chat with the brewery that I was on the phone for with the opportunity just yesterday. And we talked about this. Like, I'm in a weird part of the world where there's not like great opportunity in the brewing industry. But if I lived in an area where maybe there was, like if I lived in Leeds, Manchester, Sheffield, maybe there would be that opportunity for me, maybe. I've drunk enough beer. I've drunk 9,000 something beers. You think that some of it's stuck up there, and there you go, relocate to Elton. Might as well make it alcohol. Oh, do you know what I've noticed? All the Formula One cars, they're all going with this. I noticed Ferrari, Peroni 00, Estrella Damm on the McLaren car 00. It's getting quite scary. It really is getting quite scary. Thanks, Paul Jones. I reviewed the Cloudwater double IPA today, and I kind of like, I got to the end of the review and I said, look, this is the end of the review. Fantastic beer. If you get to see that video, I'm going to release it next week. Absolutely brilliant beer. But I mentioned this whole kind of like Formula One thing with all the 0% beer, and first time I felt a little bit vulnerable. First time I felt like, am I a dinosaur? Am I a dinosaur? Because everybody's like, it's everywhere, isn't it? You watch the rugby, it's Guinness 00. You put the Formula One on, it's 0% beers on all over the cars, and it's like, is it just a case of brainwashing, or is it that it's really popular? What is it? Who's paying for all of this advertising? Why are they putting your beer? Part of the Polygon Farms Great Reset. They don't like us drinking decent beers. Do you know what, Nigel Watson? You're probably not wrong. But that's what worries me, Nigel Watson. It worries me. It makes me feel like, although we've been drinking beer for thousands of years, maybe I'm on the wrong side of the fence. Maybe they don't want people like me about. Can't have like that in sports events. There's a way around it. Speed limit is 20 miles. Yeah, we're done. Don't think they can advertise alcohol, so this is how they can keep their name out there. But why? Why? I mean, I grew up, I don't smoke cigarettes. I've never smoked cigarettes, but I grew up, there was cigarette advertising everywhere. And the money that brought for the companies and the people involved was incredible. Snooker in the 1980s was dominated by cigarette advertising, and they were earning more money, the snooker players, in the 1980s than they are now. It's all water brands, like Chinese water companies supporting, sponsoring snooker. It's like how, why? I mean, I've never smoked. I don't see many people smoking anymore. The Embassy World Open, the Regal Welsh Open, it was all. But the problem is now with this alcohol thing, is that will people stop drinking? And if people stop drinking, I'm doomed. I'm absolutely doomed. I might as well just review McDonald's every day. Microwave pizzas. That'll be the future of my channel. And I'll probably have obesity and kick the bucket that way. Who was the famous person that came up with the saying, choose your poison, you know? You're either going to smoke, you're going to drink, you're going to do something. Strange world, you can advertise alcohol, world's gone mad. And the other thing as well, Annabelle, will you take Mum's bottle of wine up to her?
Yeah, I was grabbing it, I was just going to find it.
On the table. Yeah. Whatever they say, it's how they eat in reverse it. They say don't eat meat or eggs. Eat more meat and eggs. Well, Nigel, yeah, I know. I noticed our man felt like, and I got to be careful here, it is the witching hour. It is definitely the witching hour. I noticed, and I'm speaking in code now, because if I talk too intricately about this and mention names, then the stream will be cut out. But I noticed our man, our best mate, was on the steps today making a speech at about 10 to 6 in the afternoon, and it was all to do with the man from Rochdale winning a vote, and it's almost like panic stations type thing. So like he went on the steps like as if it was some kind of like panic stations and we need to stop this. But the point is, people have voted for that because people can see what's going on. I've never understood it. For me, it took too long. Like it was allowed to happen for so long. And then all of a sudden, there's a different voice, there's a different mindset. This shouldn't happen. You know, this shouldn't be happening type of thing. And that's all that man, I think, is saying. Well, I don't know too much about it really. But for the elite to go on the steps of 1-0 and no, our mate down in what's the road called? I don't know, Downing, there. For that to like happen, to make a speech about somebody from Rochdale winning a vote, I probably shouldn't be talking about it because I don't know too much about it, to be honest. But it just shows, doesn't it? The moment the moment in life that the boat gets rocked, then these people feel the need to get out on the steps and, you know, start spouting all this. Yes, Sergio. The uni got a good, an independent came second. People don't like all the independent. Yeah, panic. Yeah, exactly. This is the thing. And I can't just speak. I can totally understand where you're coming from, Nigel, but I'm not allowed to. Yes, Stephen Crawford, absolutely. Yeah, Paul Jones, exactly. It's like choice, isn't it? Choice. If there was an X marks the spot situation in the next couple of months, I'd have no clue. I'd have no clue. Because at one end of the scale, the people who are in London, they're not making great decisions. But the point is, the people who are running my little red country, they're not doing great things either. They're putting speed limit things in place, and which I'm massively against. So it's like, which evil type of thing? David Kane, I just like the things going on here in Wales, the amount of damage that has been done, the amount of damage is off the scale here. It's anti-business, completely, like you get over the bridge and then almost immediately is like, welcome to Wales, 50 miles an hour for the next 7 miles. It's almost like immediately you want to turn your car around and go back. It's not very welcoming. It's not very like, if you say you've got an idea for a business, and that idea for a business, you've got a suitcase full of money, and you want to start a business in Wales because somebody said, you know what, there's some cheap units in Wales and the labour's pretty cheap to employ people in Wales. Come over. You're going to get over that Severn Bridge. You're going to see the 50-mile-an-hour sign. You're going to turn back. It's the most unwelcoming, like, it's hard to explain. Let's take Aston Martin. Aston Martin had a place in St. Athan. They were given money by the Welsh government to open a factory. They give them an airfield. They said, have this airfield in St. Athan. Nobody's using it. Have it. Build a factory. Build your cars there. Test them on this airway. The moment Lawrence bought it, Aston Martin, within days, he shut down the whole operation in Wales. Ken Hogg, hello Ken Hogg, how you doing? Meanwhile, I say for an Oak Asian Imperial Style from Brewery, 15 minutes from my home, with the taxes right at the end of the month. Yeah. The Novello Pew. They need, I'd sort that out in a moment. If I was in charge, I'd sort that out in a moment. I'd say to the people who lived above, you need to move out. You need to get out of here because this mountain's going to disappear. And I'd make the whole thing disappear in days. I'd move the people out, fill them tunnels with Semtex. Woof! They'd be gone. Central and local government is trying to, that's why we should try to go small businesses if they're a bit more expensive. Yeah, they changed the letter to drive around you for their photo radar. Of course they do. They just put a new camera now on Cardiff Road. Living in London is so not a great decision. Even though I was born here, I've been to other places and they're all much better. Yeah, I will. Parramatta. I'm just about to phone for a file. Love a channel. Appreciate it. To continue this deep conversation. What's your favourite vegetable? I wonder where all that sprouts is coming from. Broccoli. Broccoli. Just done dry February. Probably put a physics machine for tomorrow. Can't wait to experiment. Enjoy, Dave. Enjoy. Good day, mate. All I want to do is get on with my own. I sort the rest. If I've had money, I definitely wouldn't be living in this country. Steve Jeffrey, I know, it's funny, isn't it? Well done, Simon. It's been all this, Simon. If you say that and pretend it's not happening, things will carry on getting worse. It's a tough one because it's all, I'm speaking in, like, I can't give you normal conversation in this because my stream will disappear. I'm 45. I'm going to be 45 in a couple of months. In my 20s. If you're my age, 40, 45, you probably lived in a time, bit like me, where you didn't really think about it. If you wanted to go for a meal, you didn't really have to think about it. You just went for a meal. You just paid for it because you had some money in the pocket. Whether I was just young and carefree, I don't know. But if I wanted to go for a meal, I used to go for a meal once a week, twice a week. Now, it's just not, it doesn't seem feasible. It doesn't seem like, and I got no car on finance. I don't have a car on finance. I just have my biggest thing is this house that I pay for. But everything seems so far out of reach. Everything seems like, I went to Pompeii. I went to Naples last week. Blimey neck, it was like, it was hard work. It was real, like, hard work to, like, just negotiate everything. And I'm trying to get this, you know, that kind of, that whole, like, they call it leveling up. I'm trying to level up. I'm trying to do things to this place to level up this place so I can go to the next place. But I'm finding it impossible. At the moment, I'm finding it completely impossible. It's like 912 mentally sick. Patients don't have to worry about turning on the central heating or going out for a meal. The guy in living standard you get has been unreal. Nigel Watson. It's like bonkers, like. Yeah, I don't know, of course. Just, if everything is out of reach, try some platform shoes. Yeah, those trainers that give you extra 6 inches, and I forget the name of them. God chops, yeah. It's funny, isn't it? And I'm talking about a house I got a mortgage for £33,000. My kids want to go to uni. I never went to uni. I went to college. I've become a carpenter. But if my kids go to uni, they first of all, I think the mindset of people going forward is just get used to being in debt, because you're going to be in debt your whole life. I think that's, and I fought against it, and I fought. I'm going to carry on fighting again. I don't want it. I don't want, like, people can have their Mercedes Benz, they can have their BMWs. I don't want that. I really don't want it. But unfortunately, for my kid, I don't think they got a choice. University, housing, petrol, food. I think the generation going forward, they're going to have debt all their lives. I just think that's where it is. As a former teacher and economics graduate, I don't think university is worth it anymore. Now, Nigel, I completely agree. Was it 3 years, nine grand a year, 9, 18, 20, 27 grand? Before you even get your qualifications, which of course everybody else has as well, there's 27 grand. It's like, before you even pick up your shovel or your pen or your paper or whatever you're doing, the AI is about to take anyway. If I was 18, I'd get a trade and set up my own business, yeah. That is the modern trap. Cars on fire. Yeah, buy now, pay X years later, credit card, store cash. You're stuck. David, it's all about being stuck. You're stuck. You can't go anywhere. You know, I'm trying to lift the anchor. I'm like this. I'm trying to lift the anchor. I'm trying to lift the anchor on my life. I'm trying to, like, go, I don't want all of this stuff. I don't want all of this stuff because I'm trying to lift the anchor. I want to sail away. I want to, and I think all of this stuff is to do with, like, sticking you in one place. Taxation. Pay tax all your life. All of it. Imagine going, Benjamin, you don't get a YouTube channel. I've worked for 14 years. 14 hard years. You don't just get given a YouTube channel. I've worked for 14 years on this YouTube channel. You don't just get a YouTube channel. You can open one if you like and you can try and make some video. Yeah, Daniel, they don't. Big extra guy. I was going to college uni. I wish I'd left. 15, learned a trade. These cool kids who left early are now earning more than me. Now, evening Simon, I was late. It was all right, Josh. It's all right. Seems like a simple life nowadays is almost out of reach. To buy a house now should be easier than 20 years ago. Something, well, totally. Governments have changed the goalposts in the future. I would not rely on a promise that the government will write off unpaid student loans at the age of 64. Well, this is it. It just changes, doesn't it? Just changes. I mean, who? Giorgio. Remember Giorgio? Was he the one eating a bacon sandwich or a burger? Giorgio was eating a burger, wasn't he? Giorgio promised minimum wage was going to hit £9 an hour by, I don't know, let's pick a date, 2014. Promised it. Until he was out of government. Until the next government came in and they were like, oh no, we can't, that's not feasible anymore. It's going to be £8. And it's just they just move all the time. Like the goalpost goes from there to there to there to there. Because you can't make a promise and then not being, the new person comes in and he goes, oh no, that's completely not feasible. We can't do that. And I think half the time they chuck themselves out of office just because they've realised the promise that they gave was unfeasible, and we'll just get the next guy to come in and he'll say, oh no, £8. And that's just one example. We ballsed up. I'm going to you now on bottled beer from the Brunswick in Derby. Not sure if you've ever been here. Proper old school boozer with a brewery in the back. Paramat, that sounds amazing. Absolutely amazing. This time last year, worth a credit card there. And I watched Breaking Bad. Problems. I don't know. Tony Two Shoes. Advise your kids not to do a degree apprenticeship. Same result as the end with no debt, plus they will have 3 years industry experience. David K. That's what I did. I did a carpentry apprenticeship, which ended up as like I can't remember what it was. Not O levels. O levels are the old, not A levels. They were like right up there. MVQ3 is like right up there. And AI on YouTube channel could be interesting. There's a sort of one for Stockfish, the chess engine. Here he is, 2 points in, loving life. It's Friday night. Well done, Simon Martin, Prime Minister. As a fellow YouTuber, I can attend to the fact that it is very hard to grow a channel. To those that try to mock it, you try it. Let's see how you do. Oh, it's really 14 years, like. 14 years. Hard times indeed. I had to sell 2 of my yachts. And you just see the heating bills on my Sandbanks property. So, yeah, of course. Avoid debt, overpay your mortgage. It's a piece of cake. But I know. I'm kind of like close to that, Paul. I'm like I've either got a project out there. It's a bit of a gamble. It's either a project out there or do nothing and overpay your mortgage. I have thought about that. Overpay your mortgage. Of course, if you possibly can. But I like the idea of the project. I like the idea of like doing something out there for the next generation, not just me. For the next person who goes, I'm going to live in rubbish old Caddixton, and then, it's not so rubbish. Because then that rubs off to the next person, and the next person. And then all of a sudden, Caddixton's not so rubbish anymore, is it? Sorry, what was your favourite ever brewery tour? Oh, I quite like Tyskie, but my favourite is Meisel's, definitely. Meisel's brewery tour, because what they did in Meisel's is that they opened a brand new brewery. You know Meisel Weiss, have you heard of Meisel Weiss? They opened a brand new brewery, state-of-the-art brewery, and they left the old one as a museum, and they put a tour guide in there who was the old head brewer, and they charged ticket. They which you know I was hitting hard this week. Jacob, yeah. Sam Smith Stout is superb. So they put their head brewer as a tour guide, and then you can just pay to go and have a look at this Meisel Weiss brewery, and it's fantastic. Everything's in place. The old tiles, the old brewing equipment, the old levers on the wall, and it all works. It's not like they like just everything works. They could literally, if they wanted to, start up this brewery again, and everything would work. The old cast iron levers, you know, like a proper old brewery. Yes, my M-A. It's M-A-I-E. M-A-I-S-E-L-S, yes. Meisel's. Matt Foley, evening. Not drinking tonight. Joined a running club or a local bottle shop. Do a 5k run at 11. Then you get back and you get a free Daya Steady Rolling Man. Good incentive to get out and run. Suppose it is. Where are we? 25 to 10. Do you know, I've been having, and I'm going to be honest, I've been having blooming bladder problems all night tonight. I've been literally, if you've been watching the live stream from the start, I've been running back and forth the toilet, and I need to go again, and I'm just going to call it. I'm just going to call it tonight. I'm literally like this, hands on my hips, like, oh, I need a wee. And I've been like this all night. I've been like it all night. 25 to in Finland. Yeah, no, I know. I'm not at the stage where I need 10 men. I'm not at that stage yet, but I'm going to call it. Thank you all so very much for watching. Honestly, thanks everyone for watching. Like a race, I know. I've been really bad tonight. I'm going to call it quits. I'm going to go to bed. I'm tired. I'm really tired. I need to wee all the time. I know what's going to happen. I'll be up all night weeing now. I can tell my aggravated bladder is going to get me up every 2 hours in the night. So I'm going to go to bed. Thank you all so very much for watching. I really appreciate all of the likes, all of the views, all of the super chats, everything that comes with the channel. I absolutely love the fact that you've all watched tonight. I'll see you all next Friday. In the meantime, there'll be 2 or 3 videos every day. In the meantime, every day. Stone the Crows. Boom, cheers.